Hello and welcome to Module 1 of Infinite Campus Gradebook Training. Today we're going to take a look at a couple features on how to set up your gradebook. You're going to want to navigate to your gradebook. What you're going to want to do first is click on Settings, and you're going to want to navigate to Grade Calculation Options. Now, if this is the beginning of the school year, you're going to want to make sure that Quarter 1 is set to In Progress, the grading scale is Base, and if you use weighted categories, that this is checked off. You want to make sure that this is all set for Quarter 1, Quarter 2, Quarter 3, and Quarter 4. Once that's selected, you can go ahead and hit Save. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about categories. Each class can have weighted categories. For example, you could have a homework section, you could have a participation section, you could have tests, quizzes, you could have anything that you use to grade your classes. So what I've done is I've created an assessment category that's going to count for 50% of their grade. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Save. And then I've created a classwork category that counts as, I'm going to change this and make this 25% of their grade. And I have, so 50 plus 25 is 75. I still need to come up with 25% category because all the categories have to sum to 100%. I'm going to title this section Ready for Class. I'm going to make this in all of my sections, and I'm going to make this weight 25. So now I've just completed 100% of my weighted categories. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. If you have different categories for different classes, that is perfectly fine. You would just continue to add the classes as we did prior and continue to hit Save. Make sure though for each class though that the weight totals 100 for all of your categories combined. So now I have my 3 categories. As you can see, the first one was 50% of their grade, and then the next 2 were 25%. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Close. So that's how to add weighted categories. Now we have to add assignments. So the first thing I want to do is make sure I'm in my correct quarter. So say we were working for Quarter 1. I'm working on my first period class, and I'm working in the quarter grade section. To add an assignment here, I'm going to click on Add. So right now I'm going to show you how to add an assignment. So I'm going to click on the Add button. And this is going to be assignment number 1. The abbreviation can just be number 1. I can add or remove sections. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of my other sections. I'm going to hit OK. So as you can see, they populated here. The date assigned, so since this was from first quarter, I need to make sure that the date is within the assigned grade or the assigned calendar dates for that quarter. So this I'm going to make sure happened in September 2019. I'm going to put this first assignment in the Ready for Class category, and it's going to be worth 50 points. I'm going to hit Save. While I'm in here, I'm going to create a new assignment. So let's see, this is going to be named assignment number 2. My abbreviation is just going to be number 2. Again, you can make that whatever you would like it. I have to go ahead and change the date so that it corresponds with the correct quarter that I want it to show up for. You can change the due date if you like. This time I'm going to put it in classwork, and this time it's going to be worth 50 points. I'm going to go ahead and hit Save. As you can see, I have 3 assignments in here. What I can do now is, since this is for demonstration purposes, I can randomly assign grades to students. So as you can see, sometimes when you enter grades, you get this little triangle in the corner, and if you hover over it, it says 15 extra credit points. So maybe I did get an extra credit on this, or it just was a typo, so it's kind of nice to draw your attention to it. So I noticed that this is a typo. I didn't mean to put 90. I meant to put 70. Same case here. I meant to put 70, but I put 80. Again, another example here. The little arrow, the blue corner arrow, It's only out of 50 points, so this is 10 extra credit points. It's a 50. Also, if you would like to make other comments, you can click on the value and click this button, and you have a couple options here. T means it's turned in, M means it's missing, and it'll make the assignment a 0. L means it's late, I means it's incomplete, X means it's dropped from their overall grade calculation. So those are some options here. The other thing is in here, these 01s and 04s and TUs. So the 01 stands in Infinite Campus that the student was sick and brought in a note, so they were an excused absence. An 04 is an unexcused absence, and a TU is tardy to class, no pass. You can also make comments in here, or you can just hover over these and it'll also tell you what the numerical or the abbreviation stands for. As you can see here are the categories, right? So we broke those up into, 50%, 25%, 25%. So the final grade is calculated here in this column. So this student has a 68 overall average. You can look at it and say, well, they're doing pretty good on their assessments. They're doing really great on their classwork, but maybe they're not ready for class every day. So that's where they need to work on it. Hope this module was informative. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to one of your ITFs.